There's a celebration of the old ways that you used to be living your life. You are no longer the same person that you used to be. You have just gone through a period of shedding so much of who you were, and now your guides are asking you to celebrate this transformation, the end of this cycle, because you are stepping out completely different than you were before. Or it is up to you, it is in your hands, you have the power to be different. And I feel like you've honestly been grieving now with the Three of Swords here, grieving the person you thought you were going to be, grieving kind of like this energy of the dreams that you used to have for yourself, and like the start of the adventure of what you thought your life was going to be with the Page of Wands and the Nine of Cups. It's almost like you're now moving in and realizing that there is a new era upon you that is going to be completely different than what you have experienced before. And it's like you're letting go of the last little pieces that you were holding on to before this transformation can fully take place. So there is still this energy of you holding on to the dreams you thought you had, or like the comfort that those dreams brought you. And so when you're in this energy, you might feel this pull to move backwards, right? So it is up to you to continue to move forwards, but I feel like you are also in this energy of realizing that you have a new truth about yourself. And so every time you do visit the past, you remember that you've gotten to this point because you keep unlocking new versions of you and new truths and new identities. And so every choice you have made up until this point was to honor yourself, because I feel like you're getting the opportunity to live a more embodied life, live a life full of more joy, of more presence, of more authenticity. But that is not to say that it has not been a bit traumatic to go through this process to figure out who you really are at your core without all the bells and whistles. So, Nine of Wands here. Yeah, it's definitely been like an uphill battle to get to this point. Spirit, what else do you have to say for collective? What's coming in for them now with this transformation? The world, literally, yes. I feel like you're seeing that there are so many possibilities open to you now at this point. It's almost like letting go of this last little bit of grief that you've been harboring has been so heavy, and I feel like you've been talking to yourself very negatively at this time, realizing that, you know, there is so much more weight and responsibility to life than maybe you had initially thought. I feel like this is you stepping into adulthood or maturity, accepting the reality of life as it is, accepting what you have to do to have the life you actually want. Instead of, you know, I feel like you might have been someone who was like a daydreamer or like running around with your head in the clouds, maybe not taking life that seriously. And now I feel like you're like, no. Like, you can still have fun, but at a certain point, you have to accept the fact that there's more work that needs to be done on your end. And I feel like you might have been in kind of like the shutdown period where you were needing a lot of rest before you got to this point. You were needing to reevaluate and recover from letting go of everything that you were once clinging on to so tightly. We have the Knight of Pentacles here. I feel like you really had to let go of a certain sense of identity. Maybe this energy that you were always doing things the way that you were supposed to, always showing up correctly, always doing everything right. I'm picking up on a little bit of a perfectionist energy, and also this energy of needing to do everything alone and do it perfectly, right? So I want to know what else is coming in for collective. Yes, Six of Wands. Literally not a better card to get. I feel like you're about to start a new journey and you can't even conceptualize what it's going to look like for you. You might have some ideas, right? But it's like you might be reflecting on everything you've gone through the last 2 to 3 to 4 years and realizing how difficult that actually was for you. And there's almost like this clarity of realizing you get to do things differently now. You get to see yourself in the full picture without all the fog, without the smoke and mirrors, right? And realize that you are much more powerful than you ever gave yourself credit for. Okay, so what else do we need to know, Spirit? The High Priestess, yeah. I feel like there's going to be an enhancement of your intuition at this time. There's going to be a deeper connection to the divine, to the spiritual, to your practices. All right. If you have rituals, you do this devotion to yourself, to create something that is substantial, to insignificant in the sense that you're going to feel so much more emotionally fulfilled than you ever have before, because you made the choice to stay true to yourself despite whatever went down in your life, right? And it's almost like, I feel like for most of your life, you weren't able to be present in your body. There was always this energy of like maybe disassociating or just like getting through it in survival mode, right? And this next chapter of your life is going to be about living, breathing, experiencing, and being present. So I hope you're able to be excited about this. Let me know if this message resonates. I love you. You got this. Keep going.